Let me hear how we sounding. Okay, new adjustments. Cooling out. Hope everybody feeling good out there. You already know, man. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee, in the building. Bring you another episode of the PhillyCap podcast. You already know. Alright. If you're new to the show, I'm be talking to Eagles. I'm be talking to Sixers. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of the Phillies, but I damn sure ain't talking about the Flyers. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk business. Let's talk turkey. Alright? First off the bat, Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie and the whole organization, staffing wise, from top to bottom, round of applause. Incredible. Okay, what I'm gonna do today is we're gonna talk about the players that the Eagles acquired in the 2023 NFL draft, aka the Georgia draft, and then we're gonna break down the roster, defense and offense. All right, so we got a lot to talk about because the move that Howie Roseman is making and his staff around him is just insane. It's incredible. And it's clearly, we getting players for nothing. We getting players for nothing. I mean, let's just take it slow. What we got here first, all right? Jalen Carter. We talking about possibly would have went top 5, top 6, if it wasn't for, you know, that unfortunate event that happened. You know, he was racing, and unfortunately the other drivers that he was racing crashed, and then they unfortunately passed away. So, you know, we never want to make a joke about that. But he got a lot of backlash for that. He fell in the draft because of that event, that unfortunate event. But otherwise, I think that Bryce Young still would have went number 1. Stroud would have went number 2. But anywhere from that 3 to 6 range, Jalen Carter would have been an easy pick. So really, outside of the 2 quarterbacks, you feel me? Because those two teams, the Panthers and the Lord Jesus, they needed a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers and the Texans, I believe, they needed quarterbacks. So we really got the best player in the draft, Jalen Carter. He said it himself. So when you think about it, Hargraves left, right? Got that money, got that bread. But then you replace him with Jalen Carter. You're going to replace Fletcher, which is on a 1-year deal, with Jordan Davis. So what you're seeing right here is guys that's clearly, and mind you, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter was on the same team. You know what I'm saying? They know how to win at the biggest moments, on the big games where the whole world is watching. So what we looking at right here is the makings of a dynasty. The Eagles farming system is incredible. It's literally incredible. I mean, when we talking about Jalen Carter, right? 6'3", 300 pounds. In the game in the SEC championship, the game against LSU, he had 4 tackles, a QB sacks, and 6 QB pressures. We talking about basically the Super Bowl coming to show up. And it's just crazy how this guy, he knows winning football, and he just fell right in our lap. I mean, to match him up with Jordan Davis for the future, you still got BG, you still got Hassan Reddick, you still got Derek Barnett on a 1-year deal, which is going to be some competition. When Nick Sirianni said that the culture of this whole organization, he's going to bring competition, he meant it. I don't know which room, whether it be the running backs room, the wide receiver room, the DB room, the D-line room, it don't matter. I don't know which one is going to be the most competitive, honestly. So what? With the 9th pick, we got Jalen Carter. Then we followed up with the 30th pick to go get Nolan Smith, linebacker from Georgia. Was playing right alongside with Jalen Carter. We right in the Georgia is where it's at. Georgia's where the talent is at. That's where the Bulldogs is at. And that's what we was pursuing. Clearly. I mean, clearly, when you go ahead and get a guy like we gave a fourth rounder from 2025. Who cares about a fourth rounder 2 years from now for DeAndre Swift? I mean, why does these teams keep helping us? It's almost as if they want us to be a dynasty. It's almost if they want to give us the ring. They handing us a dynasty roster right in our hands. We ain't even got an X. We giving out Dookie and getting back gold. We giving out Dookie and getting back gold. We gave away a fourth rounder for DeAndre Swift, and we swapped 7th round picks. We giving out Dookie and receiving gold. You see what I'm saying? Howie Roseman, Howie Choseman, Howie Houdini. We talking about the best GM in the game right now. You can almost give him the award right now. You can give Jeffrey Lurie the owner award right now. Nolan Smith, 6'3", 235 pounds, right? Now he tore his pectoral muscle, okay? So he played what? He missed half of the season, right? But before that, he had a team high in 16 QB pressures. This guy is a straight up playmaker, okay? In the 40-yard dash, he's running a 4.39. He's running a 4.39. I mean, when you bring it back to a guy like, let me see. When you bringing it back to a guy, first of all, we drafting speed. Think about it, right? Give me 1 second. Where that boy at? Lord Jesus. The bull is running a 4.39, but also we drafted somebody that's like running like a 4.37 or something like that. Pardon me, either way, don't matter. Nolan Smith is another dog. And really, he reminds me of a guy like Hassan Reddick. He really reminds me of a guy like Hassan Reddick. You could put him as the edge rusher. You can put him as a lineman. You could put him as a linebacker. The fact that we got this guy, he's running a 4.39. He can guard the running backs. He can guard the tight ends. With his athleticism, he can clearly be a spy on any quarterback. If you got a guy like Lamar Jackson, he's not outrunning Nolan Smith. He's a 4.39, 239 pounds. So that was a magnificent. The first two, Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, was magnificent. It's magnificent. And then when you think about it, right? When you think about it, you got Nakobe Dean can start at middle linebacker today. Call the shots today, right? Nakobe Dean, let TJ Edwards walk and go get his money, well deserved. Bring in Nakobe Dean. We getting top tier talent for cheap. We're getting top tier talent for cheap. We giving out Dookie for gold. Nakobe Dean starting at middle linebacker, right? You bring your Jordan Davis in. You bring your Jalen Carter in. Jordan Davis is going to be in his second year. You're going to see a definitely a high developmental status from him. I'm not sure who's going to be better out of Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter. I really don't know. It has yet to be seen. I really don't know. When you think about it, right here, Tracy Porter, the D-line coach. First of all, if we talk about the Eagles coaching, Sirianni has put a lot of brothers around him, giving them opportunities to make something happen, giving them opportunities to make a name for themselves. I mean, defensive line coach Tracy Porter is going to have a field day with these guys. Think about the D-line. Think about the key names on the D-line, right? Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Kentavious Street that we just got from New Orleans. Good rotational guy, not a starter in my opinion. Good rotational guy, right? But Street ain't no, Street is Street. Street is Street, right? Milton Williams, you still got him. You brought Derek Barnett back on a 1-year deal. You got Brandon Graham coming back on the 1-year deal. Still a starter. Still got Hassan Reddick, right? But I would put Hassan still in the linebackers, room. But either or, it's interchangeable with him. He's a plug-in guy. We're getting guys that can play multiple positions when it comes down to playing on the offensive line, whether they play in center, guard, or tackle. We getting guys that can play multiple positions. Okay, we'll get to the offensive line in a minute. Jeff Stoutland is the GOAT of all GOATs when it comes down to offensive line coaching. Okay, but anyway, you got Brandon Graham coming back on a 1-year deal. You just signed Josh Sweat to a 3-year extension. You got Teron Jackson. You still got Tua Pulotu, Matt Leo and Janarius Robertson. A lot of guys are going to get cut. And it's sad to say that because we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of guys that could be starters and very well good rotational players. The defensive line is stacked. This team has always been about this team. Howie Roseman and the Eagles have been always about controlling the trenches. Okay, and what we got right here is gold. I mean, when you think about the Legion of Boom, really, in my opinion, their strength was they had great D-line, they had great defensive lineman presence, but their strength was the linebackers and the DBs. In this regiment, right, we got the DBs now because Sidney Brown ain't no joke. Sidney Brown is another playmaker. We got him in the 3rd round, number 66 overall, right? Excuse me. But we got the 2 corners. You brung back Bradbury and Slay. You sealed him down. So, excuse me. The outsides are sealed. You got Avante Maddox. Now Maddox, he does get hurt. Okay. And that's not his fault. It's unfortunate that things happen, but Avante Maddox is a good rotational player, good nickel. I don't believe that he's an outside guy, but he's a good nickel. But he does get injured, okay? But when he's there, he's ready to ball. He's locked and loaded, right? But we picked up Sidney Brown, right? These is all the DBs. You still got Greedy Williams that we just picked up from Cleveland, right? Don't sleep on Greedy. Do not sleep on Greedy. And when it comes down to Sidney Brown out of Illinois with 6 interceptions, he led the Big Ten in interceptions with 6. Yes, it's the Big Ten, but it's still college. It's still great competition there. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, we're drafting playmakers. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Sidney Brown. These guys are playmakers. These guys are going to come in and make it happen. Big play Slay. We got a bunch of guys that's going to come in and make plays, right? So think about it. We still got Greedy Williams, Zach McPherson, Keely Kingo, right? Keely Kingo. 4th round, we moved up to pick him, right? We gave Houston our third round pick in 2024. So we got a lot of draft capital next year in 2024. So giving Houston our 3rd round pick to move up in the 4th round, like I said, we giving away Dookie for gold. Now I ain't gonna say the 3rd round is really Dookie, but it's mid. It's midi ranks when they come down. It's mid range. You know what I'm saying? But we got Keely Kingo, right? Another Georgia Bulldog. This was the Georgia draft. SEC players is what we were pursuing. SEC players is what we got. The best talent of the best. Okay? Keely Kingo. Oh, this was the guy, right? So, our linebacker, Nolan Smith, runs a 4.39. Our linebacker runs a 4.39. Keely Kingo, quarterback out of Georgia, right? Started all 15 games and led the team in pass breakups, right? His 40-yard dash, he runs a 4.36. When you talking about a team that's going to have speed, dogs, literally bulldogs, you're talking about a team that's that's gonna win it all. We're winning it all this year. We just went to the Super Bowl, and all we did, the rich got richer. We're winning the Super Bowl this year. You can book it. Already got bread on the Eagles. I'm already about to capitalize off the Sixers winning the chip this year. I already capitalized off the Sixers sweeping the Nets. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all not capitalizing off y'all team because y'all team ain't worth nothing. You don't have the confidence to put the bread up on your team. Put your money where your mouth is, bruh. So, like I said, I already put money on Javonte Davis. You feel me? To knock Bull out. He knocked Bull out, but that's nor here nor there, right? But yeah. So Keely Kingo, 2022 second team All SEC. So another guy, second team All SEC is still impressive. In the 4th round, that's gold right there. If you could put him, if you can groom him, right? Because we don't know. I think that he's a playmaker, obviously, right? And if you groom him right, Keely Ringo can be an outside corner, right? Now during the season, you still got Bradbury, you still got your Slay. If any of them goes down, knocking on wood, if any of those guys go down, then you can bring in Ringo, you can bring in Avonte Maddox. You feel me? You still got McPherson, we still got Josiah Scott, and I'm not cool with that. We still got Josiah Scott, and I'm not cool with that. You know, when we looking at it was to the point where I didn't even write. Oh, I did write Josiah Scott. This is the defensive backs right here, right? So we got Darius Slay, starter. James Bradbury, starter. Avonte Maddox, starting. Okay, you got your Greedy Williams. Okay, great rotational guy. If anybody goes down, if anybody ain't looking right, Greedy ready to go. Okay. Don't get greedy because your spot might get taken by Greedy. Alright? Now we got Zach McPherson, Keely Ringo, Keely Ringo, Josiah Scott. I'm not cool with that. You know, he probably a good brother off the field, whatever the case may be. Don't got nothing to do with that. Your play, your production, I'm not cool with that. Alright? Reed Blankenship. I like Blankenship. When Blankenship is shooting the gap, I'm not scared for the guy with the ball. I'm scared for Blankenship. Because the way how that boy be biting, I'm telling you, the defensive back room is going to be competitive. We don't know who's going to start out there in the safety positions. No more Gardner Johnson. No more Epps. We don't know who's the safety positions is up for grabs. It's up for grabs. When we talking about, we got Sidney Brown. We got Kevon Wallace. Kevon Wallace, I don't know. Because Brian Dawkins vouched for him. I haven't seen it. B-Dawk. But he has been injured sometimes. But I haven't seen it from Kevon Wallace. But like I said, it's going to be competitive. The safety position is wide open. So if you don't win it out this year, this might be Kevon Wallace's last year to show what he has. To show that he can be a great rotational player or a starter. You know what I'm saying? Andre Cashier, I don't know. So again, back with the coaches that Nick Sirianni's putting around him. Ronell Williams, which is the Nichols coach, another brother. Tavere Johnson, assistant DB coach, another brother. Defense coordinator Sean Desai, another brother. I mean, you putting guys around you that is easily you can get along with them. They're leader of men, you know, and they're actually young guys, some old, some young, but a lot of more in like the mid-range to young, because it's a new era. They're not going for that Belichick, Popovich stuff. It's a new era. You know, we need coaches that could come in and vibe with the players, build that strong relationship with the players. And also, when you're talking about a guy like Jordan Davis and the Kobe Dean that's already here, you want to bring guys that they're familiar with, like a Jalen Carter, like a Nolan Smith, like a DeAndre Swift, like a Ringo. You know, because now you're making your young guys, who's going to be the pillar of this defense, who's going to be the pillar of this team, period. You're making them more comfortable. Okay? So I love what we did as far as the defensive players that we drafted. We finished off drafting in the 7th round Moro Ojomo out of Texas, born in Lagos, Nigeria. Shout out that brother. All right. I'm not going to go too deep in him. 7th rounder. You got to prove something. You got to show that you worth something. Talking about no disrespect in that way, but come on, you're a 7th rounder. You got what you got. I ain't about to break that down right now. And in the 6th round, we also got quarterback Tanner McKee. I'm not going to talk about that right now. He's from Stanford. All right. The quarterback position is locked up. Jalen Hurts is the guy. Got paid the money, well deserved. We going back to the Super Bowl and we gonna win this year. And then you got Marcus Mariota right behind him. So like I said, that covers the defense. All right. Let's dive into the offense a little bit. In the 2nd round, we drafted offensive lineman Tyler Steen, guard out of Alabama, right? Now listen to this. Steen started every game at Vanderbilt from 2019 to 2021 until transferring to Alabama, right? All right. So he was at Vanderbilt, played 2 years there, then he moved to Alabama. All right. At Alabama, he only allowed 2 sacks on 469 pass block snaps in 2022. He only allowed 2 sacks out of 469 pass plays. We talking about a technician. He still got to work on his power, still got to work on his explosion, but we talking about a technician, a guy that can play guard, a guy that can play tackle. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Landon Dickerson, another guy from Alabama. Bama, Georgia. Bama, Devontae Smith, the Heisman runner-up. Jalen Hurts. Pardon me, Jalen Hurts. We're getting guys that's it. They're ball players. They're playmakers. To go ahead and last year and you make a move for AJ Brown, and then this year come back. Every draft we own it. Every draft we own it. To get a guy like DeAndre Swift for a 4th rounder in 2025. Who cares about 2 years from now? A 4th rounder. That guy that you drafted in the 4th round ain't gonna be better than DeAndre Swift. Then you picked up Rashad Penny. You still got Gainwell. You still got Boston Scott. Then you picked up Trey Sermon. The running backs room ain't even guaranteed. Trey Sermon, Boston Scott is probably gonna play special teams, but Gainwell might be out of that 2nd spot. Really, he is. Really, Gainwell is the 3rd running back right now. You know, and he can prove that he can be a 2nd. He's not going to be a starter. But Rashad Penny has had some injury history. DeAndre Swift had some injury history. So it's good to have depth. So turn that ring off. So that's cool right there. I like what we did with Tyler Steen. And under Jeff Stoutland, he'll get the explosion. He'll become even more fundamentally sound. Easy money. We own this draft. I give the draft an A+. I give the draft an A+. Let's look at the wide receivers a little bit. Like I said, I just broke down the running backs. DeAndre Swift we swiftly picked him up. Easy money. We giving up Dookie for gold. You swapped a 7th round pick. I don't even know why teams keep helping us. Really. It was a free AJ Brown, a free DeAndre Swift, a free Jalen Carter, a free Nolan Smith. How Nolan Smith dropped all the way down? How did Ringo drop all the way down? We talking about 2nd team all SEC. So let's see what's going on. We got some other guys. Kennedy Brooks at the running back, but he's been on the practice squad, but we just re-signed him. I ain't really going too crazy off of that, but we got some guys in the running back room. Let's touch up on the wide receivers, then we're gonna do the O-line, and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Let's see what's going on here. So, wide receivers: AJ Brown, starter. Devontae Smith, starter. After that, it's up for grabs. After that, it's up for grabs because Quez Watkins, it was a lot of drop passes. I think you are a good rotational piece. I think you have all the abilities to be that third guy, but the consistency hasn't been there. In big games, you came up short too many times. So Quez right now will be the third guy. You still got your Greg Ward. We just picked up Olamide Zacchaeus, right? Alabumaye Zacchaeus, my brother. Still got your Devin Allen, the Olympic hurdler. Tyree Cleveland, and you still got Covey. Covey, please don't have him doing the punt return no more. It's annoying. You could put You could put Boston Scott back there and get good money, good production. A guy that's going. We need playmakers in every position. A playmaker in every position. Okay? Not no guy that's going to fair catch it all year. We need a playmaker, a dog. All right? And Boston Scott is really hard to tackle too. Even though he's small like that, he gives like he's like put in that category of more like a Jones Drew. Not comparing him to him. I'm just talking about body size, with speed, like a Jones Drew, like a what's that boy name? Sproles. Somewhere in there, like little small guys that can get busy. So I'm rocking with that. Last but not least, damn it, I didn't even bring up the offensive line. Alright. But y'all know what's going on. It don't matter who we put out there. Jeff Stoutland's gonna have everybody ready to play, ready to be a starter. We got so many starters at O-line, it don't even matter. I mean, Andre Dillard no more here, starter. Sayamalu no longer here, starter. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Stoutland is the guru of coaching offensive linemen, and in my opinion, I ain't never firing him. Never let him walk, and when he's ready to retire, let him choose who carries the torch. Alright, so that pretty much wraps it up for the draft. When we talking about around the league a little bit, Denver just beat the Suns. I told y'all I wouldn't be surprised if Denver win. I still got the Phoenix Suns. So Denver's up 1-0. What's going on with that game right there? Warriors won what? 120-100. Steph just got the most points in Game 7 history. 50 points, a 50 burger. I told y'all the Kings is the Kings. I don't just be up here saying what I'm saying. The Kings is just the Kings. Second seed, third seed, whatever. The Kings is just the Kings. They're Sacramento. Okay? So they dropped off. Warriors go ahead and they're playing the Lakers, I believe. Let me see that. Steph Curry is the first player in NBA history to reach 50 points in the Game 7. Damn. I told y'all they gonna allow that not even allow, but that golden boy, he ain't no joke. Okay? And B, Doc said he doubtful for Monday. Don't care. It doesn't matter. We can win easily without Embiid. Do you not see Paul Reed? I'm not even about to dive too crazy into the Sixers because I get real passionate. I'm not playing. Alright? So we got game 1 against Boston tomorrow. Let me see. Denver won that game. Sacramento just got dropped off. Miami just won against the Knicks. So Miami's up 1-0. I got Miami probably 4-2 in them. Somehow the Knicks, they gonna try to brand them, allow them to get maybe 2 games off. So you could probably say that would be a successful season for the Knicks, and something to build off for the Knicks. But the Knicks is still the Knicks. They're all smoke and mirrors. Miami's smoke and mirrors too. Miami is smoke and mirrors too. First of all, them against Milwaukee was a money grab, and then in the second round, you playing the Knicks. We would sweep them. If we was playing the Knicks, we would sweep them. You feel what I'm saying? We get by Boston, you go into the finals. You get by Boston, you go into the finals. Okay? So, yeah. Right now, on the west side, it'll be Lakers versus the Warriors. Denver versus Phoenix. Denver's up 1-0. You got your Knicks versus Miami. Miami's up 1-0. And then the Sixers and Celtics play tomorrow, Monday. Embiid is doubtful, but don't sleep. Do not sleep on us, alright? So yeah, man, make sure y'all comment, leave a like in the comment, make sure y'all share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee, in the building. Make sure y'all ain't worried about the mule going blind. In other words, be in control of the things that you can control. Don't let the things out of your control you. You feel me? And until next time, man, y'all be safe.